Hey, what is up? So I wanted to talk about my reaction to the Kotaku article that went out today. Of course, I'm going to talk about it, and I've actually probably one of the very I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one so far that said anything positive in reaction to it. I know there are some other people out there though that are also positively reacting to it, but I mean, for me, right away after even reading through half of that, oh my gosh, it's so much long, and the whole what the team everybody went through in the development process of Anthem is just insane. We've heard about this stuff before, and there's been other stories similar to it, but oh my gosh, it's crazy. And that article took me like at least an hour to read. I didn't specifically time it, but it took at least an hour to read. I'm just like, my gosh. I also, I didn't like speed read it. I was absorbing the information, and my holy crap. My immediate thought, like halfway through it too, and was just like I have so much more respect for the game that we experience right now. I have so much more respect. I've talked about the issues. Like I'm not blind to the issues, right? But the fact that the game even exists in a playable, fun form is really impressive to me for what they did, what happened during the development process. Now I could sit here and point out all the things. It's just so much, though. It's so much. I'm going to link you to the article if you find free time, if you're interested, whether or not you hate or like Anthem or just interested. It's it's worth reading. The story about the development of how everything went down is wow. Oh my gosh, it's nuts. So I have far more respect and love and appreciation for what they were able to pull off. And not only that, but a month after launch, the game has received many performance improvements and even gameplay changes and upgrades, and like a lot of stuff has changed since launch, and it still has a way to go. Still has a way to go. I hope this game survives. I really do. I've said that before. I want to see it continue, and I want to see it get better because it's already really good. It's already really enjoyable, especially as a short-term game. For people that wanted and expected a long-term game out of it, disappointment is going to be there. But as a game that you just play through, it's super fun, really awesome, and has replayability to it, But yeah, that I just wanted to say off the top of my head before I might actually end up making another video. I might end up writing an article about it. But just as a reaction to, wow, that story that I read is, wow, man, just freaking wow. Holy crap. I feel like they pulled off a miracle. I feel like this shouldn't even exist. I feel like, and the funny thing, it actually made me think about somebody had responded saying this game should have been canceled. And my immediate thought, and this is not, my immediate thought was like, it's better than Final Fantasy 15. And not everybody would agree with me. Maybe nobody. I'm sure there would be, because I know there are lots of people that actually have followed me because of my love for Anthem. But I really think that I would have canceled Final Fantasy 15 and kept this game instead. And of course, Final Fantasy 15 through updates has gotten better, but as a Final Fantasy game, it's like, whoa. Anyways, I just thought that was funny because that was my immediate thought when he said that, like, oh, this game should have been canceled. And I was like, it's better than some other games that have come out, But I really am impressed, even more so after seeing what they had gone through in order to get this game even out. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the comments you'll see the negativity too, of course, which is people pointing out certain things in the article. They're like, ha ha ha, look at this, these idiots. I'm just like, what? Like, that makes me respect them even more, that they had to go through that they had to put up with the stuff that they put up with, and still were able to come out with this. Like, holy crap, just imagine if they had more time. Imagine if there wasn't so much pressure to just, we need to launch this game now and all, imagine. And also, I've actually been watching a lot of interviews with Cory Barlog lately, just for the heck of it. I got back into God of War, and I decided, so I'm finally going to start watching these. Some of that, I didn't watch them all right away because they came out, I was still playing through the game, and I didn't want spoilers. So I just, like, over the past 2 days, I've been watching interviews with Cory Barlog. And the reason this is coming up is because it's related and developer kind of thing. I love the way he talks about Sony and how their development team had just free reign on not only their ideas, their concepts, the way they were making the game, Nobody was telling them, no, you have to do this. They were able to do it. They had to make cuts for reasons which were more sensible, but I love the way he talks about how, you know, it seems so appreciative. He seems so appreciative of the freedom that they had as a development team and what they could work with and what they could do. And you know, there were delays and stuff like that, but I just, the whole thing is like, it's from, I've read this before. All these people just love Sony for when it comes to development of their games. Apparently they have lots of freedom when it comes to when they actually make their games and stuff. So I mean, it's nice to see, and it's an interesting comparison to look at what happened here with the being forced to use the Frostbite engine to save money. Apparently, I mean, nobody really knows of any other real good reason for that. I mean, the Frostbite engine, it looks beautiful, but apparently, I mean, half that article from Kotaku is like, half of it is just the issues with Frostbite alone. And that article is huge, man. You know, if I was say like it takes an hour to read that, half an hour of that is freaking Frostbite engine. Like, that's just nuts, man. And I saw, you know, some tweets. One of the developers was talking about. He chimed in. He was like, you know, specifically about the Frostbite engine. He said, I've worked with it and it's a nightmare. You know, I can't remember him word for word, but I mean, it's the big deal is Frostbite engine, which is pretty crazy. But I don't know, man. I'm even more impressed. And I'm gonna sound like an idiot to a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna be like, "You're a fucking moron." Like, I cannot believe you're saying this. This game is broken and all this stuff. It's a good game, man. Lots of good games are broken. Okay, lots of them. The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know. I mean, I could sit here and name so many games that are broken. All right, I could sit here all day long and just list off games that have so many issues. So screw you. You know, that's what I say. Anthem is a really good game with issues. There you go. You know. I mean, that's all there is to it. But yeah, definitely much more respect and love for what they were able to put out with the pressure. Oh, that's another thing. The whole Cory Barlog thing. Apparently, part of this, the development here, I mean, people are always pointing out, like, 6 years in development, but somebody had mentioned, one of the, Kotaku interviewed, like, 19 developers, and got lots of little quotes and stuff from them and all that. And one of them had said, like, I think a couple of them actually talked about it, but they said, like, basically the 6 years wasn't really the development. It was more of a concept kind of a thing. It actually was 12 to 16 months where they actually put the game together, which is freaking nuts. And they had so much more, they had so many ideas. Like, people talk about the art book of Anthem, how it talks about the story and the different ways that the game was actually going to play. The game was actually going to be more of a survival kind of a thing, which I thought actually sounds cool. They could even add that later too. They could add like a survivor mode kind of a thing. But it was basically, when you go out on a mission, you would just see how, when you go out on a mission, you would see how long you survive. That was like the original gameplay. Not going out on a mission like on a quest, but going out into the world with your team, with your co-op team, and just seeing how long you could survive the world, which is pretty freaking crazy. But that's something that could be implemented. It could be. We'll see. I mean, that's my biggest worry right now, is that with the bad press and stuff, that the game might not survive and it won't get the updates that it could. But that said, I mean, they've moved very quickly on improvements. They've improved, like I said, the performance. A lot of stuff has been improved, and they're still going to keep doing that. You know, gameplay mechanics have already been changed for the better, which I didn't even feel it needed them, right? Like, all the javelins got buffs and stuff, and I was just like, what? Like, I thought they were just going to fix a lot of the issues and then add content, but they've already, like, done so many things in such a short amount of time. And there's still people out there screaming, this isn't enough, and the stuff that they've done has been like, wow. They have to have a pretty decent sized team to be working on this for that many changes to be happening so quickly. If it was a small team, half of that stuff wouldn't even be done already. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to see how much. So I really hope this survives. I really do. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, if it doesn't survive, then that sucks. You know. But we'll see. Anyway, so that, I mean, I could sit here and ramble more, but that's my basic instant reaction to what I read in the Kotaku article. BioWare responded to it. They made like a blog post in response to. I don't think they had to. Like, I mean, it was an interesting blog post they made. It was good. It wasn't. I don't know. It was cool that they said anything to address it, kind of. Because if they just stayed silent, it might have been a little awkward. I don't think it was needed, but I'm glad they did. I'm glad that they said something, like yeah, we acknowledge that, you know, kind of a thing. And I don't know, and whatever. And some people will trash on that, saying, "Oh, it's so bad." I mean, it's like I said, people reading through the article, they're picking stuff out that they don't like about the development, and instead of understanding what the issues were that the developer team had to deal with, instead of understanding all the crap they put up with, and still were able to come out with a decent game. Not their full vision, not even half their full vision, but it's a good game. They're just trashing on it. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. Like, how can you not appreciate this even more after what they went through, man? It's crazy to me. I'm just like, what? I can't believe this exists in the form it exists in. Like, I've talked about this bunch, right? I've talked about the issues. They're all there, and they've been improved and stuff, right? So I'm not blind to the issues, okay? But it's I can't believe how good it is. Like, with the crap that they put up with, man. Oh my gosh, I might come back. Like I said, I might come back later and really try to bullet point stuff. It'll mostly be based on what I see. I follow the Anthem game Twitter, so the more I see, the more I'll probably have some ideas to put together, write something out, you know, stuff like that. So anyways, I'm more impressed, man, by what happened here, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the developer team. That people left, man, over a period of a year. Like, they were losing team members, and people were stressed out and losing their minds on the pressure of things, and not only that, people weren't listening. Like, it was all kinds of miscommunication, and wow. Anyways, I will talk to you later. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.